Welcome back to Calvisano. We've got an exciting match ahead of us here. We've got Scotland and France in the Women's Open category. Last game of the day, still absolutely roasting out there in Calvisano. I've got a special guest with me today now with this game is Jane Jimber. Have I said it right?
You have said it right, yes.
Wow,
Hi, Jenny.
wow.
Hi, everybody.
Because I've actually said so many names wrong, especially the French and the Dutch and whatever. So, yeah, I've got that right. So that's a good start. So Jane is a new board member of FIT, and she's here today in her capacity as a board member. So welcome, Jane.
Hi, thank you very much. Delighted to be here, and especially delighted to be watching some women's touch at the final game of the day. So Gianluigi and myself will be taking you through some of the commentary and what we're seeing on the screen for what should be a brilliant match ahead.
Yeah, it should be really good, this. I mean, we've got two teams that they've got plenty of pace, plenty of skill, lots of experience, and obviously there's lots of young players here. So I know, Jane, you're very interested in the in the women's game especially. You know, you're involved with Belgium Touch as well, and perhaps you'd like to tell us, people watching now, a little bit about the women's game as you see it right now.
Absolutely. I mean, it's great to see the women's game developing as it is, particularly from a European perspective. And tournaments like this, like the World Cup, the regular international competitions are just such a good opportunity to develop both the men's and the women's game in particular. And it's great also to see some of the girls that are coming through from the youth tournaments. Some of the girls you can see playing on the pitch now, I think, have also played in the Sterling tournament that took place a couple of weeks ago. I know Melissa from Rugby played there. I think a couple of others also on the pitch. So they've been back-to-back with their tournaments playing in women's teams, which is fantastic to see. And it's just so good for the development of the sport. It's a very different game, obviously, men's, women's, compared to mixed. So fantastic to see so many players out on the pitch now.
Yeah, amazing. I mean, it's one of the aspects of our sport, I suppose, which is fantastic. The fact that we got men and women playing with men in the mixed competition is, it's brilliant to have so many women playing. And like you said, the juniors now coming through, the Limerick tournament, everything. There seems to be a lot more going on especially with the youngsters and women as well. So the future is bright, certainly for women.
Exactly, and especially with the other age categories that are coming in that we saw with the juniors as well. It just gives younger players the chance to experience an international competition, which is so important for development of the game. Those players then take that experience back into their local countries as well. So it helps develop the game at all levels.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we touched on there the juniors. It's quite a new sort of, in the history of touch in Europe. I suppose the juniors have come on, well, incredibly over the last few years. I mean, you can probably tell us a bit more in terms of numbers, etc. But there seems to be that the juniors is where it's at the moment, and I know there's a lot of girls today now playing in this game, and certainly girls and boys we've seen throughout this tournament in all the teams that have come through that the age group categories, and some of them actually still 16, 17 still playing there as well. So maybe you could like to touch a little bit more on the junior side of things.
No, absolutely. I mean, it's fundamental to have the junior pathway that leads into your open teams and then eventually leads into your senior teams. I know that a lot of, particularly European countries where that's where I have most experience in, they are focusing on developing their junior pathways so that they can get those players fed into. So things like going into schools, making sure that touch is a more visible sport, developing junior sections where you have an adult touch section at a club in specific countries. These are all things that can really help develop the junior game as well. Speaking from a Belgian experience, we've got juniors as young as 10, 11, 12 that are starting to be introduced to touch, and it's just fantastic to see the youth tournaments that are now being developed in their own right. We held one in Belgium with Luxembourg, the Netherlands and Belgian teams just this year for the first time, and the energy is contagious, let's put it that way, from the youth, so it's fantastic to see.
That's awesome. You've got experience there in Belgium, and I know Belgium, perhaps one of the teams around Europe, maybe the smaller nations, which sometimes struggle for numbers. A lot of our expats play in there, but it's fantastic to hear that there's a big, strong junior section there.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to particularly Corentin Bondon, Josephine Fallon and Laurent Bondon, who have been particularly responsible for developing the junior touch. And Corentin and Joe were the coaches for the junior teams in Limerick that just took part. But as we see the sport expanding in Belgium, we also see there are more and more juniors that want to get involved in that level of competition at the international level. And speaking from a Belgian experience, again, everybody came back from Limerick having had the time of their lives. So a really well organised tournament meant that you get more and more players involved. And like I said, those players then take that experience back to their clubs. And it's an exponential curve of growth for youth touch.
Amazing to hear, Jane. So we're looking at this game now. Obviously, we've got France and Scotland, women's. Lots of experience in the teams, but also, as you said, very young players. How do you see this one going?
So far, it looks like it's pretty even. They haven't got a score yet on the board. It looks like ball possession has been roughly equal between the two teams as well. So both teams seem to be shutting down well in defence, moving the ball quite a bit in attack. So it'd be good to see some more line attack, which you might see just now as there's a breakaway. Exactly. So this could be a score for France.
She didn't quite get it down, I don't think. I think a sniper got her. There's been a few snipers. She has such a good breakaway.
That was brilliant.
Couldn't quite get a ball away. Hope she's not too hurt.
Yeah, maybe a bit of recuperation time is needed there, but that's fantastic to see that breakaway there. Almost a score.
Well, we nearly had our first try. It looks like this is going to be a very competitive game. It's not going to be much in there. And I think we've seen a few games where the scores have been quite heavy. So, I mean, you're always going to get it. You know, there's going to be sort of lopsided games, a strong team against a weaker team. You know, it is sport, it is how it is, but it is fantastic when you've got two teams really going at it, hammer and tong, and there's nothing in it. And I think this is going to be one of them.
This is another breakaway from Scotland. Are they able to put it over the line? Yes, they have.
Hannah Crisp. Yeah, Hannah Crisp coming in with a score. She looks to be hobbling a little bit. She was telling me earlier when she was in comms that you can see strapping on her leg, and she's. I think she blames the sevens circuit for that. But she has promised she's finished playing the sevens now, so she's going to concentrate on touch. So sevens is lost, is touch is gain.
Absolutely. No, Hannah's a great player, and I know she's played a number of international competitions as well. We certainly played against her from a Belgian point of view, Scotland Women's Open, at least from 2018, as far back as I can remember. So she's a very experienced, very strong player. Great to see that try on the board.
I remember her. Oh, lovely touch on the line. I remember Hannah playing her first tournament was 2012, I think, in Treviso. So she's been around, and then she was the little Hannah, young, giggly, running around everywhere. She's pretty much still the same now, really, isn't she?
I think so.
So good defence by. Oh, no. So France looking to come back with a score, looking to set up a middle. Touch cord not given. Long ball out to the winger. I think it's a score. Great pass.
1-1.
Couldn't see who it was, but excellent pass out to the wing. Both teams showing amazing skill levels. So we're back to 1-1. It's not going to go. It's definitely not going to be much in this game.
No, it's definitely going to be a tight game, but it's great to see both teams are holding on. I always feel that you also see the strength and the duration of the team during the second half as well. So let's see how we get after the half time.
It's actually quite noticeable, talking about the skill level. There's been very few errors in this game. You know, the handling, a lot of people who don't know the sport, you know, if you're talking about women, think of the women can't pass the ball and can't do this, can't do that, but this is showcasing the women's sport in its finest, really. I mean, the skill level is fantastic. I don't think we've seen a drop ball yet. No,
and it's absolutely putting those myths to bed about women not being able to pass or catch a ball at all. We're seeing some fantastic touch here, and this is why it's so important to showcase the development of women's sport, to showcase how strong these women coming through are in developing the sport. So it's great to see this here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good effort there. Number 13 from France, Blun Levesque. Jane, you're gonna pull me up on my French here, 'cause
I had to turn away from the mic. No, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
No, you
I
it's
think
okay.
it's Bluen Levec, but again, as a native English speaker, I'm not the best person on the French pronunciation either, so I sympathise.
I actually did French A level, believe it or not, and so my yeah.
That was just a few years ago, right?
Just a few, yeah. Thanks for that. Yeah, before some of these girls were born. We've seen the
That's
first
unfortunate.
error.
Yeah, unfortunate from Scotland, but some great ball handling and ball movement up until that point.
It was noticeable actually. A few games we were commentating on earlier, where there were like literally a lot of errors, and to the point where I was like, hang on, how many errors are we looking at? You know, thinking as a coach as well. You know, we want to keep the error count down, and we had 16 errors in one half in one game, which is okay. That's between two teams, but that's a high error count. But this game is not like that.
This game's really clean so far. It's great to see. Not many mistakes being made at all. And it also makes it easier on the referees, potentially. And we've got one of the Belgian level 5 referees on the field there, Phil Holiday, who's refereeing this match. So great to see that representation there. Could also be down to day one nerves in terms of the errors that are being made on the pitch as teams settle more into the games and more into the matches, making fewer errors.
And I have been told by a few of the players that certainly in the morning the ball is very sticky, it's very slippy, it's humid here in Calvisano, so you know that's got something to do with it as well.
Yeah, and it's great to see how few errors are being made at this time of day after both teams have been playing all day in this heat, as you were saying at the beginning. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, it's great. I mean, the intensity level's been really high. Both teams have driven really hard from their line. You know, they've there's lots of good go forward. Looking at France now, just drive into their box, looking to transition.
Yeah, third touch coming just before halfway. It's nice to see that momentum from France. Number 14 also gaining ground.
Meryl Bertrand.
Excellent pronunciation.
See, this is where I can't make a mistake here, because Jane, you obviously, being in Belgium, you obviously speak French very well.
I speak French. I will hold off on the very well, but I speak a bit of French.
Better than me.
Just one of the languages of Belgium, of course. Nice ground being made there also by the Scottish team.
Oh.
Unfortunate off the mark.
Off the mark, was it?
Yeah, off the mark. And France isn't wasting any time in taking that penalty forward, making advantage.
This number 13 looks like a bit of a playmaker. The Bluen Levec again. They tried to get her into positions where she can set things up on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And if I'm not mistaken, I think we see her father Arnaud Levec also in the sub box as well as part of the coaching team.
Yeah.
And it's great to see how many family connections there are in touch. They're just growing as you especially see players going through the older age categories. Sons and daughters are playing on the teams as well. It's lovely to see how the game's developing that way.
Oh, it's amazing. I know that even in the Italian setup, there's a few father and sons not playing together today, but certainly the sons playing. One of the sons' first game today. It's fantastic. I mean, it's what we want. It's a family game. It's a sport for all. Long may it continue.
Also, holding the tournament in Calvisano must be great visibility for Italian touch.
Yeah, definitely. So what's your thoughts on, just as we see France...
just touch before the line.
Yeah, just before that. What's your thoughts on the setup here? I mean, your first time in Calvisano?
First time in Calvisano, yeah. I landed about 2 hours ago from Brussels. It's an absolutely fantastic setup from what I can see. Pitches are in great condition. Obviously, the sun's shining. Lines are very clearly marked. And I think that was another try there for France.
Yeah, there's a score from France. Didn't catch who it was, but just simple dive between the players.
We're starting to see more line attack now in this game.
Yeah, it's opening up a bit.
Midfield.
Yeah, so Calvisano, I mean, it's an amazing... We were saying earlier, it's a little bit in the middle of nowhere, really. But the actual makeup of it, it's like... I mean, I'm thinking back to Wales, for example. There's not many, even first-class rugby teams, etc., that have got the setup that this place has got. It's got it all, really, hasn't it?
It has. It's got a number of really nice grass pitches. Like we're saying, that was unfortunate from Scotland, but very good pass out to the wing there. But yes, Calvisano and the infrastructure here is ideally set up for a tournament of this size. Nice to see the spacious pitches, the infrastructure around the pitch. But as you said, it's right in the middle of nowhere, so it's quite interesting to see this relatively big rugby infrastructure being built out in the Italian countryside.
Well, you know, the Italians, they just do things how they want to do it.
As they always have done, as they always will do.
Well,
it's great to see.
Chris this morning said to me when we were chatting, literally first thing this morning, we arrived about 7:15, and just chatting away, and he said, you know, I'm quite OCD with things, and I've got my timings, and I've got my schedule, and I've got what I need to do there, you know, all these things. And then he said, here, we're kind of just doing it the Italian way. It's like it gets done, but it's like we'll do this now, and we'll get it done, and you know, slightly different culture.
I think that's the joy of having many different cultures involved in these tournaments as well. You learn from everybody.
Exactly.
Oh,
we've got a break away.
From the Scottish player. That will be touch 0.
Yeah. So Scotland breaking out from their own line.
Plenty of energy still from both teams, and just before we get into the half-time.
4 minutes to go till half-time, 2-1 to France still. It's good pace. Last touch, is it?
I think we're close. Yeah, that was last touch there.
Yeah, they defended well, mind France.
Great to see France getting the ball away, making a little bit of ground there, just push back slightly on that last touch.
Oh, extra yards. We always look at, as coaches, I suppose, you look at like transition and getting to the box and what you do afterwards is really almost key to the game, because you see a lot of teams struggling to get out of their own half, and then everything is, you know, there's no attack after that. So we've seen some teams, you know, struggle really to get to the box, get past halfway, and to get any flow going forward after that. And I think, you know, it's no coincidence that those teams then struggle in the game. I think if you can get good go forward, a good drive, good flow, and then get into the transition into the open space in an attacking position, then you're almost halfway there. And both these teams have been really good so far at that.
Absolutely, we're seeing some nice momentum now from Scotland driving the ball up the pitch, but that means that both teams have had good subbing patterns coming off and onto the pitch, meaning they're getting up to their attacking line quite easily with 1 or 2 touches to spare.
Yeah. So we're just under 3 minutes till the La Sirena, the siren. I just love the word La Sirena. I'm going to keep saying it. I was like, that's my. It's a bit like, so my French word is saucisson.
Is it your favourite French word?
Yeah, that's definitely my favourite French word. I mean, who doesn't like saucisson? I mean, what a word. So I've actually got a new favourite Italian word now, and it's La Sirena.
And La Sirena literally means the hooter.
Pretty much. I mean, I think a sirena is like a mermaid as well. It's
Siren.
But it is siren as well. Yes, yeah. I'm going to be pulled up by somebody now, but yeah, it is.
Not by me. You're teaching me Italian words. This is great.
I mean, you pulled me up on my French earlier. In fact, you
True, this is revenge.
Went away from the mic and laughed. So
this is very
it's all right. So you won't be the first or the last.
Scotland just struggling there to break through. France is straight back on the ball, gaining ground towards their sub-box.
So France really, possibly with maybe their final chance of the half. Perhaps they'll have another chance after this to score, to level it. If they can get another score, that'll be key.
Yeah, that will definitely set them up well going into the second half here. So far, it's been a really tight game, which is also great to see. Both sides holding up well.
Here goes Blunt.
Oh, there's Leia breaking through. Can she get through? I think that was a touch made by Scotland.
She looks very young.
I think Leia, if I'm not mistaken, is also one of the players that's come through the French junior programme as well.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, sometimes when the camera goes in, you can see just how young some of the girls are. Well, and the guys earlier. I mean, I think there's a guy earlier, I think I got a dog older than him. He's, you know. So less than a minute left.
Scotland making nice ground.
Yeah. What's the referee given?
Penalty given to Scotland, yeah. Possibly their last chance to score of this first half.
Final chance probably for Scotland to level the scores at half time. getting keep key players in position. 32.
Trying the long pass.
Long ball out.
There was definitely space there on that left-hand side. That was a good pass from Scotland. They just lost the ball now with less than 30 seconds to go. French are driving it back up the pitch.
And that is La Sirena. So after a really good, entertaining first half, So, welcome back to Calvisano. We've got Scotland Women's Open against France Women's Open. Jane, we're back again.
We're back again, yeah. Start of the second half in this match, which so far has been really close. Scotland, they're going for another try. I think there was a touch there, so didn't quite make it. But fair to say that both teams have been holding up really well in the first half in this Italian heat.
They scored, I think, if I remember, they scored straight away. One of the teams scored straight away during that first half. France probably.
Oh,
great pass.
Scotland has now just equalled the Note that try hasn't been given. Forward pass. Yeah.
Looked like a good, from here it looked like a good pass. I mean, yeah. So we were just talking off air again with, random things, and Jane is involved in obviously Belgium Touch, and now she's with FIT. So before we talk a little bit about Belgium, it's a good opportunity now for you to explain to people, what your role is with FIT, and what you do in general, and that sort of thing, really.
Absolutely, thank you. Now, I was appointed to the board of FIT in April this year, so relatively new to the federation, but having a great time so far, and really one of several members of the board whose job it is to facilitate the running of the federation, help support Chris Simon, the CEO of FIT, and the chair Peter Top as well in their running of the federation. So far, it's been great. It's such an opportunity to be able to talk to and meet representatives and players, coaches, referees from different countries. That looks like we might have had a try there from France. Is it going to be given? Nope, France has taken the ball back. But yes, it's fantastic to be involved in FIT and hopefully a role in which I can bring some of the experience from the Belgian side and also briefly involved in the European Federation of Touch at the time to this role. So I'm really excited to be on the board and looking forward to seeing what we can do.
Sounds amazing. Sounds very exciting too.
That it definitely is. I feel that FIT is currently going from strength to strength, and you can tell that also in the numbers of teams that are participating in these tournaments. The seniors, the opens, the juniors, they're getting bigger and bigger every year. We might have just had an injury on the pitch. We've got a player down. Let's see if she can recover.
It looked like a hard touch on the France winger. I'm not sure if she hurt her back or...
No.
But yeah, I mean, it's it sounds really exciting. You're coming into FIT at an exciting time for the whole organisation. Really, it's like you said, with the youngsters coming through and all the new tournaments. It seems like there's no pause. there's something going on all the time.
Yeah, there really is, and I've seen that even more so from the inside and from the outside, just how much work goes into these tournaments, but also here we're in one part of the world. We then have the season that's coming up for Asia as well that will be starting. You've got the season that runs for Australia and New Zealand as well. So it's really great to see the development of the sport in that way. So I think number 8, Melissa Bardet from Roubaix, has just been taken off the pitch. She was the winger that went down with a slight injury. Let's hope it's nothing too serious.
She was taken off, dragged off, it looked like. Hope she's okay.
Indeed. And as
they put it into the shade.
Yeah, as we were saying earlier, Melissa's one of those players that also represented France in the seniors tournament a couple of weeks ago. So a great player. Hopefully she'll be back on her feet very soon.
Yeah, hopefully so. No one likes to see an injury. Yeah, she's still down there. She sat up now, so hopefully nothing too serious. So yeah, back to the game. Still 2-1 to France. We said it was going to be a close game. It's very competitive and certainly bearing out that way.
Absolutely. Both teams have had a couple of attacking opportunities on the line already in this second half, so hopefully that can continue.
Yeah. So Scotland now driving to their box. I think they need to get some fresh legs on. See how they transition.
Nice clean sub. Now they need to make more ground to be able to get closer to their attacking line.
Oh, nice. Oh, unlucky.
It was a great pass, just unfortunate on the catch, but that gives France the opportunity to then sub off quite close to their box, quite close to the halfway line.
So you obviously being part of Belgium Touch, And actually, what is your role in Belgium Touch? Sorry, I should have asked you before. But,
No problem. So at the moment, I am international liaison and part of the Touch Belgium committee. So basically representing Belgium with everything related to FIT, which aligns very nicely with my new role as a board member of FIT as well. I think given the experience I've had in Belgian Touch, and I was fortunate enough to be president of Belgian Touch for 8 years, handed over the reins to an incredible lady, Samantha Verbois, who is now president of Touch Belgium and taking the sport from strength to strength. But I'm very happy to remain part of the committee, and it's just wonderful to see how the sport in the country is growing. We've gone from 5 to 15 clubs in recent years. We've got more clubs that are now entering the Belgian national championships, which we've had to divide into 2 sections, the competition and the challenge, because of the growth of the sport in Belgium. And it's fantastic to see, because Belgium isn't, as maybe Italy, historically a very rugby-driven country. So it's great to see how Touch is developing now.
yeah, amazing, fair play. So really, what you're trying to say is you've been top dog in Belgium.
I would never say that. But it's been, for me, the best part of the experience was to be part of the development of the sport in such a close-knit community as Belgium. I mean, I think that's one of the advantages of helping to develop the sport in a relatively small country. Everybody knows each other. It's great to see how it's developing with different clubs that are now growing. As I said, Sam is taking the reins and going from strength to strength.
So in Belgium then, the setup, I mean, what I know of Belgium is I know there's a touch community within Brussels. Oh,
we have a Scotland breakthrough there.
We've got a try.
Yep, that try was given. Scotland have just equalised.
Yeah.
2-all.
One of the French players was down, and then obviously they were a girl down in terms of their mirroring, and one of the Scottish girls got free and score.
Great teamwork there from Scotland.
Fantastic. Yeah, we are. We've definitely got a game on here. 2-all. We were saying in Brussels, you've got a community of touch, definitely. So, is it all based around Brussels, or are there other sort of centres, around the country that play touch?
Not at all. So, I think it's fair to say that the first club started in Brussels, developed from there, but we've seen great growth recently, also from Wallonia, from Flanders, the other regions in Belgium. So, as we have developed from the centre of Brussels, the sport is definitely developing now in its own right, with Flemish-speaking clubs, with French-speaking clubs, so it's fantastic to see. And we actually have quite a strong growth of women's touch from the Flemish-speaking clubs in particular.
Oh, wow, amazing. Is it mainly sort of expats that are bringing the game? You've got a lot of Belgian natives, if you like,
Majority Belgian natives, which is fantastic to see. Speaking as an expat living in Brussels, we have a couple of clubs in Brussels that are primarily expat driven, I would say, but the majority of Belgian international representation now is our Belgian players, which is great to see, and that's the benefit of also developing the sport in Flanders, in Wallonia. So we really are getting more local in the international representation.
No, it's amazing. That's what you want to see, really, isn't it? I mean, I can remember when I first started playing touch a few years ago, and there was basically we could never beat England. Right? Wales Men's Open could never beat England, but they were in English.
Exactly.
They were all Aussies. I can name them now, but I'm not going to. But they were really good players. They were all Aussie, and it was frustrating because you're playing against a team of in your eyes, they're not English. But now you look at England and they are. They've developed. I mean, they've come on amazingly well since then. A lot has changed since the last 25 years. But the England team is pretty much English, which is brilliant to see. And I think you can look at that across the board. You look at Italy, you look at France, here, Scotland. They're all girls from their country. And that's exactly what you want to see. That's the development of the sport in each country.
Absolutely. It's setting up such a strong pathway for the development of touch. And as you said, it's happening now across many different European countries. And I know from a Belgian perspective, England has certainly been a model that we're trying to follow in terms of growth. France as well. I think the gap between the French international teams and the English international teams is getting smaller and smaller. But really the opportunity just to play with teams from different countries is one of the key areas to growth. And the more players we have from each country that are representing, the better that chance will be.
Oh, definitely. So we're just looking at, turnover ball, Scotland on the attack. We've just coming up to the 30-minute mark. So around 10 minutes left in this match, and it is literally anybody's game.
Yeah, France doing well to drive up to their sub box. Let's see if they can make it to their attacking line now.
Just seen the French girl who hurt herself earlier. She's just hobbling off, so I think she has definitely hurt herself. Yeah, I don't think she's going to take any more part in this game, but you know, hopefully she's walking anyway, so hopefully she's fine.
Yeah, that's good to see Melissa back on her feet.
I think that's a good touch on the line. Certainly called forward pass.
Yeah, try wasn't given there, so Scotland have the ball back now.
Yeah, so Scotland now drive into their box.
Touch number 3 coming up just before the halfway line.
They need to get some yards. Ooh, a bit of respite. Penalty gained.
All right, Scotland has 6 more touches. Let's see what they can do.
What we haven't seen too much in this game is the repeat sets on the line. Oh, we've seen a turnover again.
Hips not square on that one, if I read the referee signal correctly. It's unfortunate for Scotland. France now have the ball back just after halfway, 6 touches.
Yeah. As a player, you're playing, and the last thing you want to do is give another 6 away. You may have defended a set, maybe even 2 or even 3, and then something happens. You lose the ball, turnover, penalty. It's a real killer.
Absolutely, especially when you're on the line. But luckily, this one was about halfway.
Horrible.
So, yeah.
Oh, I thought she could have given that then. The link made a really good run.
France did have a gap there. Unfortunately, they didn't manage to secure that try.
14, Meryl Duberton.
Perfect pronunciation. Let's hope there aren't many French speakers listening to this commentary.
It seems like every game I commentate is a French name or is something. So, yeah, I'll improve definitely.
Practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
Right, France then converting that ball quickly. So first touch here, just over halfway.
Yeah, this is a good opportunity now. France still have, I think, 3 touches left.
3 more touches, yeah. Great transition from France.
Set up play. Last touch. He's given this one.
Yeah, that was a great dive from the French player. Try was given, 3-2 to France.
Wow. To be fair, she just she stepped inside, dived between the 2 players. Fantastic score, fair play.
Great play from France.
Did you get a name, Jane, on that one?
I think that was number 2, Maya Ledebeur.
That's
My
it, say that again?
My pronunciation's dropping to the level of yours right now.
Lebedur. Beurre is butter. Is it?
It is indeed. Yeah, that's not quite how this surname is written, but I think that could be helpful for the pronunciation. Yeah.
It was my Spanglish there.
Educating the listeners in Italian and French-speaking words today.
Yeah.
That's great movement from France up the pitch. Look at the speed at which they're driving. Very clean.
Do you know what? It looked like they've stepped up the intensity here now, France.
Yeah, that last try. And there we go. So Leia's taking the ball.
She's
looking
open.
for a player
Number 4
to
is
pass
open.
to.
Oh! Clara Guerrero, did she get it down?
She did get it down. That try was given. It's now 4-2 to France.
And we were just saying that they started it up the intensity, and they've all of a sudden from a level game 2-2, they've taken two. I can't even speak. They've taken a 2-try lead.
Absolutely. You know, there was a little bit of hesitation there from Scotland, and Leia Martin Mendes Lopez broke through to be able to pass the ball to number 4, Clara Guerrero, for the try.
I can say Guerrero because that's like a more Spanish-Italian, you know, I can do that one.
I think you'll be fluent by the end of this tournament.
So Scotland trying to get back straight away now. They need to score next, really.
Pressure's on for Scotland.
Yeah. Oh, what a ball. Oh, unlucky.
That was a nice pass out to the wing.
Burton. You see, I mean, you know, again, you see guys who can't throw a long ball like that. Some of these girls can pass a long way, and it's a skill that is so hard to do.
Certainly a skill that needs continuous practice, but it's great to see a number of long balls being passed out to the wing in this women's game. It seems to be a feature that's coming through more and more.
Yeah.
So playing in the middle and passing out to the wing.
Yeah, I think as the game is growing, as the women's game is growing, certainly the development of the actual game that they're playing with the long ball, it's like watching a man's game. It's the same.
It's a reflection of the strengths of the players.
Exactly. So we've got another repeat set. This is dangerous for Scotland. We've got 6 more for France on the line. If they score next, I think this could be really difficult for Scotland.
There's an open gap there. Number 15, touched by Scottish player number 15, Niamh Matheson.
Looking to set up the same play. The number 9, Mayon. Touched. Defending well on the line.
Great defence by Scotland on the line. And at this moment in the game, it's always really hard to keep up that level of energy. When you could 6 more.
Ooh, that was a potential controversial decision if it ended in a score.
Indeed. Unfortunately, that ball was dropped on the line, so turnover for Scotland, who now get an opportunity to drive it up the pitch.
Oh, no.
We are starting to see a few more errors come in this second half. I think it's a sign of obviously some of the fatigue setting in. We've now got just under 3 to 4 minutes left for the game.
You're good at French, not really good at maths.
No, not at all. Trying to count backwards from 40 when there's 36 minutes on the clock is not my forte. That was another score by France there. So we now have 5-2. That situation you were just mentioning, Gianluigi, it's going to be very hard for Scotland to come back from this, but they are showing a great deal of determination. That energy is still on the pitch. You can see it here, so they do have a chance.
Yeah, that's a crucial score by France there. They pulled away for 3. There's only 3 minutes left. As you say, it's not long now. It's so crucial that Scotland get the next score.
Yeah, and you can see they're driving up the pitch with intensity.
Yeah. So Hannah Crisp now with the ball. Ooh.
Unfortunately, as Hannah Crisp was on the ground, so she's got up. Thankfully, she's
okay.
a
tough girl, Hannah. Looking with a setup with Amelie Brown. Long ball. Down. That's just what Scotland needed. What a pass out. What a pass. Number 11, I think it is, Bianca Bertoli.
Absolutely, that's great comeback try from Scotland.
And she's got an Italian surname as well, Her family make olive oil.
All right, France will now be looking to keep the momentum in their drive up the pitch to make sure that they keep the ball in the final few minutes of the game.
I mean, this game, it sounds like there's 2 minutes left, but anything can happen in 2 minutes. It takes not a long time to score a try.
Absolutely. It's what we were saying in the first half. Both teams are keeping the attacking momentum here. It's great to see.
Yeah. So France looking to pull away again.
Intercept by Scotland, yeah.
This is crucial now. They need to get some yards. They certainly need field position. Just under 1.5 minutes left. My maths not very good either.
I think you did that out of sympathy. Some great speed from Scotland driving up the pitch here. Number 1's broken away.
Oh,
touch was made, touch was called.
Grace Burton, fair play, as a great injection of pace. Hopefully she hasn't hurt her hamstring. She has got a strap-in on one. So you obviously, you involved, as you say, as a top dog in Belgium for many years, and so you know Shadi, and I have the pleasure of knowing Shadi with it's Italy Mixed Open.
Yes.
She's moved her boyfriend over to Belgium now, to Brussels, and she's a great character, eh?
She's absolutely fantastic, Shadi. Yeah, we're very fortunate to have Shadi and Filippo now. playing with the BBRSE Celtics in Brussels. And I think it's a sign of how the sport is growing and developing across Europe as well, where you have players that move in countries, finding a club, playing representative touch in another country. So it's fantastic to see.
Yeah, she's good. You were telling me she's not very good at remembering things, is she? What does she always leave a water bottle around?
I may have mentioned that.
And that's La Sirena. Jane, you've got to say the word La Sirena.
La Sirena.
Wow.
How was that?
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. So that is time on this match. We've got final score. Really entertaining game. I've got to say that was really good to watch. So in the women's open category, we've got France 5 and Scotland 3. Jane, thank you so much for coming and contributing to the comms and giving us your insight into fit and into all the other things you're doing. And yeah, it's brilliant to see your perspective on things. And we'll see you here absolutely again tomorrow.
I hope so. I'll bring a calculator with me for the maths, but it's been delightful to be part of this commentary. Thank you for the opportunity.
If you bring the calculator, I'll bring the French dictionary.
That's a deal. See you all tomorrow.
Merci beaucoup.